This is a very simple exercise you can do if you have a little bit of discomfort in the low back, sometimes from lifting things all day long or just being on our feet all day long, walking or running upstairs off and on all day. The sacrum and the low back can kind of get a little bit contracted and a little bit pressurized. And this is just a wonderful way, if it feels good, to try to just bring some relief to some discomfort that might be there. So give this a try, see if you like it. So you come and you lie on the floor and have the feet flat on the floor and lower yourself back down onto your elbows. And then lower the back onto the floor. If you have long hair, as I do, make sure that it's not bunched up under your head, but that it's in the nape of the neck or up overhead so that the neck is free. And take your hands out to the sides. And you can experiment, see whether it feels better to have the palms of the hands facing down, or for some of us it feels better to have the palms facing up. And usually the difference is in the shoulder, where it feels better or worse one way or the other. And then take the feet out a little bit wider than your hips. So a little wider than the hips, and pivot on the heels so that the toes go out to the side, in a Charlie Chaplin style. And then leave the head so that it's in a neutral position, looking up towards the ceiling. And then again, we will tap into the breath, inhaling, a full inhale and exhaling, just to get used to being on our backs on the floor. Big inhale, and then as you exhale, begin to let the legs drift over to the left side. And notice that I'm pushing with the side of my right foot into the earth, and the knee doesn't just flop all the way down. I'm holding the knee away from the floor, maybe 8 to 10 inches. And then I'm reaching through the right femur out in the direction that the knee is pointing. And I gaze over my right shoulder, take a few breaths. It's not a race, it's just a way of releasing some tension in the back. On the inhale, then come up to center, head comes to center. And then drop the knees over to the other side, so to the right. And now the left toes drop into the mat, the side of the foot pushes into earth, and the left femur feels as though it's getting longer as you gaze over towards the left arm. And then inhale back to center. If it's not comfortable with the arms out straight, have the arms up in a T. And if it feels better to just go a tiny bit, we can do that. So we exhale, inhale. So let's try a few times. And the trick here is to relax, and rather than trying to force and go beyond or to your limit, come just about to the edge, but don't go past it. And don't over-push. We're trying to just learn to soften in. So as we exhale, I'll do a very gentle drop to the left, pushing with the right foot, gazing over the right shoulder. And then inhaling back to center with the knees. Exhaling, dropping the knees just a little over to the left, gazing to the left, reaching out through the left femur, and then inhaling back to center. One more time, I'll do a little stronger, but do what's right for you. Exhaling, over to the left with the legs, gaze to the right, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, knees drop to the right, gaze to the left, and then inhale back to center. And then if it feels comfortable, let the knees drop together. Place the hands on the low belly. And take a moment to trace the pattern of breath. So at first, just notice the inhale and the exhale. And the breath may be long and smooth, or the breath may be short. It may be even in length, inhaling and exhaling, or not. Whatever the breath is, just notice. A few rounds. The inhale and the exhale. And then noticing still the expansion of the breath, the inhale, and there's a natural gap. Don't hold the breath, just the natural gap. And then an exhale and a natural gap. Inhale, gap. Exhale, gap. Just at your own pace. So take about 5 or 6 rounds of the breath, noticing the phases, noticing if you want to change the breath, but letting the breath be the guide, resisting the urge or backing out of the act of changing the breath. Letting the breath comb out the nervous system. That background of breath, always there, ready to help. And then reaching up with the right arm, roll gently over to your right. Let the head rest on the upper arm as if the arm is a pillow. And just pay attention to the feeling of support from beneath. The feeling of really letting go. And the feeling of support from within in the form of the breath. Just letting that be. And then as you exhale, roll a little more over to the right. Let the head be down as you sit up. And then take a moment. Really drop in. Feel the sense of gravity holding you up. The heart floats. Sitting bones are heavy. The breath is clear. Thank you. Okay, thank you.